Hi everybody, my name is SHANTH ENJETI and you're watching SHANTH ENJETI Art. I wanted to let everybody know about the SHANTH ENJETI Art TeePublic store. I've updated the site with some new designs, including one of my favorites and one of your favorites as well, the Made with Liberty in the USA. That is available to get on a t-shirt for all of you guys who've wanted that for a very long time, as well as the Nosfero logo t-shirt, the SHANTH ENJETI Art crest t-shirt, which I love, the Speakeasy logo. So there's a bunch of new stuff there in the shop. Every bit of support you guys give this channel, whether it's my channel members, thank you again, or sending the super chats, buying the t-shirts, every bit helps me to do what I do, and I thank you guys so much for doing what you do. As always, speak easy, stay gold, keep the faith, and peace, because that is what Shanth means. Thank you everybody. Now on with the show. Hello, what's up everybody? How are you doing? I hope that you guys can hear me okay. My voice is still a little bit down, still a little bit under the weather. Just trying to get over the vid. Got a case of the coof right before the holidays and still kind of feeling a little bit. So we'll get back on track hopefully soon. But, you know, it's just one of those things. But we're all good now. And you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, we're all doing much better. We're all on the mend. We all got it. Mighty Geek Studios. Shout out to you, brother. It's great to see you. We got channel member Mark's Music Obsession. It is great to see you. We've got my main man Steven Rockwood drawn in the house. It's great. I missed you guys, man. It's great to see you. Mighty Geek again. Julie Pascal. It is so great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody is looking forward to a bright new year. And Ziggs always formerly Hostman Socrates. It is great to see you guys. What's up, Green Laser? Volume is low. Okay, volume is low. Hang on a second. Let me see what I can do here. Let me know if this improves things or makes things markedly worse. Let me see here. About this. More info. And let's see what we got here. Sound. How is this? Is this better or terrifying? Let me know in the chat. Is this audio any better? And we'll see how it goes. What's up, Green Laser? I hope you guys are doing well. So we can talk a little bit. All right, excellent. Better. I see better in the chat. So hopefully that sounds good. What's up, Teflon Ron? How are you doing? When will those Nosfero start shipping? They have started shipping and they're about to start shipping again. We were actually just going over it today, looking at the next batch of packages to go out. As you guys know, you know, who are following things, I came down with that wonderful bug that's going around, and everybody in our house got it. So we're at varying stages, and it's one of those things that it's just a little bit tricky to shake. Is the thing I've noticed about it. So you kind of have to just stay on it. And, you know, it's hard to describe. It's not as bad as a flu when you get it, but it definitely takes a little bit of time to shake it off. And you know, things get busy around the holidays, and, you know, we kind of sort of figured we were all, you know, about to come down with it. But it's one of those things, man. You know, it just kind of comes up here every now and again. And let me do this, actually, because I set this up so I could do some of these things. So let's see here if I can do... Oh, that didn't work out very well. Hold on a second here. What the heck? What is this set on? Camera A. That's what I want. Oh, I see. Hang on. Why isn't it letting me zoom? I may have to do this the old-fashioned way until I figure it out. So let me move this back a little bit. Maybe that will help. I'm going to have to mess around with the camera just a little bit to get it where we need to be. So I am working with gouache. Yeah, I swear, Green Laser, you ain't kidding. It feels like it's hand-delivered. Every single package is hand-packed by me. So if there's any problems with your order, it is 100% my fault. I can tell you that. But what is up, Cranberry Langers? It's so good to see all of you guys. Oh, thank you guys for showing up. I never know, because I've just been so completely blasted by this thing. So I haven't been able to do much of anything. And if you're like me, and I know a lot of you guys are workaholics too, it's so frustrating to not be able to work, and I've been really wanting to work like crazy, and I haven't been able to. So yeah, so it's been a nice thing to be able to kind of get my feet back under me a little bit again, so I can get to work. But man, I will tell you what, guys, it has been something. It has been something, this whole thing. So I'm just trying to make sure I can get the brightness where, oh, there we go. That's way better. There we go. Got some of that brightness in there so you guys can see this. So I started working again in gouache, and we'll see how this goes. This is going to be this might be a little bit of a shaky stream, because I'm getting back to it after a while of not doing it. So, and my voice is still not holding up, but I started trying to work on, and I started working on this piece, and I basically got to the point where I said, look, we're starting to work on this piece, whether we've got the wherewithal to do it or not, and we'll just get through it. And I just started painting and transferring it, and it started making me feel so much better. So shout out to my man Eric Weathers. This is a piece for Battle Brick Road 2, and the link is in the description. And Battle Brick Road 2 is going to have an 11x17 print and poster book in it, and I am honored to have been included as one of the few, the proud, the artists who are going to be contributing to it. And I have to say, guys, I hope you all had, let me make sure I say this, I don't think I've done my hellos yet to everybody, but I've got to make sure I do that. But guys, I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and is looking forward to a wonderful New Year. I see big things coming in this New Year, and I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are too. So I'm so glad to see you guys. And make sure you hit the like if you have not yet. And make sure you're... Actually, everybody's subscribed on this stream, because I'm doing subscriber-only comments. But I almost gave myself an aneurysm trying to edit my first video on the censored 11 Looney Tunes cartoons. Oh my gosh. Yeah, wait, hold on. It's like, I don't want to ban anybody. I'm trying to click on things. Good lord. There we go. Yeah, oh, Hostman, I know what you're talking about, man. Editing can definitely do that to you. You can definitely have that kind of impact, man. And so I got a bunch of really cool stuff in the mail today, and I was really excited to share it with you guys. So for those of you guys who haven't seen these yet, I got the manga adaptation of The Shadow over Innsmouth, which this guy has been crushing it with his adaptations. But also, and I got 3 copies of the book, but I also got Kordrath, The Reckoning by the great Andy Smith. So I got that right there, Dan Lawless colors on the Bud Root cover and on the Andy Smith cover, which I also have. So yeah, guys, it's been raining Comicsgate. Hallelujah. You know what I'm talking about? Ah, there's my man. Jeremy, how are you doing, brother? It is so great to see you, man. How are things been on the channel? I'm getting over the vid, so my voice is a little bit gone, brother, but it's so great to see you, man. Ah, yeah, Lovecraft, baby. You know it's about Lovecraft. Yeah, I love that stuff, man. So The Shadow over Innsmouth is probably one of the most brilliant Lovecraft stories, and that's saying something, because his body of work is next level. So it's an incredible, incredible story, and it's unlike his other stories in the sense that it really has an action escape sequence in it. But my favorites have got to be The Shadow over Innsmouth and or Innsmouth, as we say up here in New England, right, Jeremy? And the Dunwich Horror. Those are my 2 favorites. Those are the ones that have influenced the stuff that I'm doing the most. And so, yeah, the thing I've been looking forward to the most now for the last, I don't know how long, is and I just realized I got to adjust the focus, is getting back to doing, where the hell is it here? Because I did a manual focus so I could make sure. Which one am I focusing on? I think it's focusing on the right one. Use manual focus. There's something definitely really weird going on there. Let me try We don't want... Do we want Razor Kaio too? There we go. There it is. There he is. There we go. That's a little better. But the Shadow over Innsmouth and the Dunwich Horror are my two favorites. And it's crazy because you will see their influence in Nosferatu, man. And I am trying to get myself on my feet because you don't want to be shipping when you're completely out of your brain, especially with all the addresses and everything like that. Yeah, what's up, man? It's so glad. It's so great to see everybody. Yes, At the Mountains of Madness, You Can't Go Wrong is probably my overall favorite. If someone were to ask me, that's a really good point, man. Yeah, amen. If someone were to ask me what is the best Lovecraft story, with objectively the best Lovecraft story, I would say At the Mountains of Madness, hands down. I can't make the case that it's not the best. Not possible. It's an incredible story. I love it. I have the manga of that as well. And it is a fantastic, fantastic story. And you almost can't believe you almost can't believe it was written when it was written. You really, I mean, it feels so ahead of its time. It must have felt like a crazy time capsule or something like that when people were reading it back in the day. But it's such a great story, man. And Lovecraft is my guy, man. Lovecraft is my author. I love the stuff that he does. I love the way that he communicates and he talks about things. And, you know, it's such a strange thing because so much of, you know, the person of Lovecraft has kind of overtaken things like that. Yeah, this is the Flying Monkeys piece, Cranberry Langers. Hey, what's up, Phil? How are you doing? I had a great Christmas. You know, I was just a bit under the weather. But we're getting back on track, man. We're all doing well, brother. I hope you and your family are doing well, and thanks for sending those pictures, texting those pictures. Mark's Music Obsession, has it been 3 months already? Celebrating 3 months of membership. Glad we both made it through the CVID. Amen. And you're doing much better. Hopefully your Christmas wasn't completely spoiled. Not at all. I was around people that I love, so can't go wrong there. And let me send this your way, Mark's Music Obsession. Congratulations on 3 months, brother. So good to see you, man, and thank you for your support. Yeah, it's a great one. I'm really bummed Guillermo del Toro's live action got canceled. Has it been newly canceled? Has it been recently canceled? Because I heard that Netflix was going to be doing it. I heard Netflix was going to be doing it as a series. Did that Netflix series get canceled? I wouldn't be shocked because I know there's a lot going on, yeah. Then they give Lovecraft to James Wan. Pathetic. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man. You know what? Oh, I will tell you what. There have been some really great directors. And James Wan's definitely done some cool stuff. But it's so tricky to get Lovecraft stuff off the ground because it's so epic. And I think that a lot of people feel as though they've seen these themes before. But I just think that if it was done right and in the right hands, there's no getting around it. It would be incredible to see. It's just you can't have... it's sort of like Dune, you know, which at least has got a solid adaptation, you know? Oh, I'm not sure about the Netflix version. This was going to be a feature film a few years back. All right. Hey, Tammy D, how are you doing? My voice is going out, Tammy. I'm so sorry. Hey, gang, Sean, glad you're feeling better. Sorry I missed last night. That's all right. I was kind of barely hanging in there, man. The voice had to carry me, man. But yeah, man, it's the Del Toro, apparently, after he did Pinocchio and then he did a couple of other things, they're setting him up to do a multi-part At the Mountains of Madness on Netflix. So Google it and check that, but I'm expecting to see that covered on your channel if that happens, Jeremy. I know it will be, but I'm hoping it will be. James Wan is doing a live-action Cthulhu, though. No kidding. Looking forward to that. Heck, I'll check it out. I'm down for all that stuff. What's up, Tuck Bacon? How are you doing? It's so great to see you, man. Yeah, Mark's Music Obsession says, last night was fun until I fell asleep. I was falling asleep, man. I was totally falling asleep during that stream. Yeah, guys, please do smash that like. We got 18 people in here, and we've only got 9 likes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How is that possible? So, yeah, I mean, I'm so glad to be getting back to being able to paint because it's... You know, it takes a little bit of brain power for me to be able to paint. And I just couldn't think straight. And I just didn't want to be... Like, there's 2 things. This is the thing I said to my wife, and she was incredibly wonderful and patient, you know, with my frustration at this stuff. I go, I'm responsible for all of the stuff that gets done, the painting, the shipping, the boxing. She helps me with the mailing labels and all that stuff, but I really need to look at everything to keep it straight in my head. Like, I've got to make sure I'm signing the right book. I've got this in there with it, and I also want it to be my responsibility because she's got enough going on. And one of the things about it was that but that means if I get something like this, which is going to happen sooner or later, it's so frustrating, man. So frustrating. I've heard that about his Pinocchio. I think that's why people were loving it so much. Oh, look, boobies, imagine that. Tammy D knows. Tammy D knows what I'm painting. You guys are killing me, man. Oh, Lord. But yeah, I am back at it like a bad habit, and really excited about, I've got a couple of boxes we just put postage on, and then I'm going to be boxing up a lot more, but it's been so long since I've been able to stream, because I'll say this, guys. Here's my little bit of, this is not medical advice, but here's my little bit of advice I would give anybody about this, and probably Mark's Music Obsession can chime in as well, is that it's my version of what I got was not like a cold, and it was not like the flu, and that's what throws you off about it, is it doesn't seem like something you've had before. And what you got to make sure you're doing is taking something like Mucinex and Advil and just, getting all the gunk out of your system, because you think you have. It's not like your nose is running, but there's all this congestion that gets stuck in you. And you got to make sure that you stay on it and stay mindful of it, And we've got to celebrate, holy cow, add to the broadcast, Stephen Rockwood Drawing celebrates 14 months of membership with a humble and a loving titties. And that's understood, Stephen Rockwood. I like where your head's at. And I've got to say, we must celebrate. We must celebrate forthwith. Charge! Yeah, amen. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yes, I do. Yeah, I've heard about that. But then I'm also going to need a divorce lawyer. Because when I have garlic, my wife says that it comes out of my pores. She says it is like sleeping next to a garlic clove, and she does not need that experience. No, she does not. After the first, my membership will be back. Oh, awesome, Tammy. That's so great to hear. Ah, terrific. I just saw that, but my chats are not totally synced up. But oh my gosh. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's so great to hear. Yeah. John, so good to see you, man. I've been catching you in my brother Rocky Ballesteros' streams. It's so great to see. I might try onions. Oh, guys. I saw the craziest thing on the Townsend's YouTube channel. You guys know I'm obsessed with it. And whenever I'm under the weather, I always make sure to watch it. I've been practicing Christmas music on my violin, which has been great because when I can't draw, I try to, play some violin. Angela Curry, so great to see you. Hello and Happy New Year to you. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. It's so great to see you. But they did something on I guess it was a baked onion. So it was just an onion. The recipe was an onion as the base and what you did to it. And apparently it was delicious. And I would love to try that. I don't know what the aftermath of that would be or what the experience would be. But yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds interesting. It sounds interesting, guys. But yeah, I've been experiencing a lot of really cool artwork while I've been down and out and checking out a lot of the great streams that have been going on, keeping me entertained, and just seeing some really cool stuff. But I've missed you guys tremendously, man, because, I just hate being, you guys know how it is. I said this to Shelly Lepresti recently, not too long ago. I said to Shelly, I go, sometimes, stuff comes up, hell stuff comes up, and you got to take a knee, and sometimes some of us, it's really hard for us to do so, but you got to take a knee sometimes and get yourself better. And I am, of course, a hypocrite and bad at taking my own advice. Oh, it wasn't the Bloomin' Onion, but you know what? I'm down for the Bloomin' Onion. Oh my gosh, my channel membership for Jericho Green's channel just got canceled without my doing that after 8 months. Emailed his team about it, no response yet. Hope that doesn't happen here. It also killed my notifications and settings. Gosh, I don't know what the heck that is. I'll have to check with him, man. Missing most of this. Shanth was sick. Oh, glad he's better. Yes, I was sick, Julie. Yeah, I got the vid, and everybody in my family did, actually. So we kind of just, we had varying degrees of it over the holiday season, but we made the most of it. We still had a wonderful Christmas, guys. and we're grateful to be mending from it. So yeah, I honestly I can't complain, guys. You know, you guys are here. I've got the best support, best fans. You know, what can you say? What can you say? The only thing that's been so frustrating is, you know, wanting to get back to, which is happening now, is shipping those Pharaoh books out, because we were just all just in bed, man. We were we couldn't move. Thankfully, enough of us were healthy at different times to where we could go and pick up, Kleenex boxes and all of that important great stuff for when you're sick. But I will say this, guys, because that's actually all I say is I will say this. Have you missed hearing me say I will say this? It's a wonderful thing to have family around when you're sick, and to have a really great teammate like my wife. So I'm very grateful, and it's great to be able to watch all these cool Comicsgate streams and see all the excitement going on for books. I was watching a great stream with Shane and Yanzi. I loved it. Yeah, best immunity is getting through it. Amen. Yeah, you're sounding better today, Sean. Oh, thanks, John. I'm glad to hear it, man. Yeah, it absolutely isn't. Yeah, we're like, let's keep this to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. And thankfully, you can't catch it over YouTube, which is great. So that's one definitely good thing. But I was watching Shane and Yanzi do a stream about The Usual Suspects. You know who I'm talking about. And I was watching them talk about it, and how just insidious and grotesque the strategies are of various people who are opposing the good things we are trying to do in pop culture and art. And it really dawned on me that there isn't some diplomatic way to deal with these folks. And people try to figure out a diplomatic way to deal with people who want to take your head off, who want to ruin, the things you're trying to do, or want to, get in your way or discredit you even, and attack your character. And there really is not a way around it, because they are ready at all times to sort of seed the ground with poison for you. And it's bananas to me. What's up, Scottsley? How are you doing, man? I will say this. Hail Sean in chat. Yeah, that should be on my tombstone. I will say that. Men are such babies when they're sick. Tammy T, you're killing me. Yeah, man. We are, yeah. Mrs. Enjetti would laugh when she saw that. Hey, Sean, can I send you some art via DM to get some constructive criticism on it? I need an educator's perspective. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can send it along, or just tag me on it on Twitter and I can take a look at it. It's my attitude is, when it comes to looking at work, is it's always, I got to do more talking about just the teaching thing of art. And what I mean to say is, I definitely think, and I don't want to get ahead of myself in this current state, but I definitely think that it would be really helpful for people to see some streams about how to learn. Not so much just, teaching streams, but how to learn streams. Because how to learn streams, that was a big part of what I did as a teacher, was teaching how to learn things. And that is the wildest things. Like, where are the sources? What are the ways that people have historically learned how to draw, learned how to illustrate? What are the best books we have today? And what are the books that are undefeated, that are still great books and great resources for people? Oh my gosh, we got 17 people watching, 13 likes. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not smashed the like button yet. Smash away, folks. Smash away. Actually, I got to double check that, because I just want to see. Oh, I don't know if I have that on there still. Oh, that's a shame. It would be so fun if I did. What is up, Headless? How are you doing? Headless Bourgeoisie. My gosh. Let me see here. Add to broadcast. During childbirth, labor is so painful that a woman can almost imagine what it feels like to be a man with a... Honey, listen to this. You're going to laugh. Headless Bourgeoisie said, during childbirth, labor is so painful that a woman can almost imagine what it feels like to be a man with a fever. Oh my gosh. And they say we don't have a sense of humor. Oh my gosh. Although you may be killing me with that joke. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I should. I definitely think it's it's really, really important to talk about that kind of stuff, because you can do bad work for a very, very long time and not be gaining ground and not be improving. So there's a way to pursue doing better work that isn't making bad work until you make good work, because that's usually not how it works. You can't, because so many people, the thing about critiquing and critiquing work in general, Duck Bacon, I think about this a lot, is the fact that telling somebody what they're doing wrong is not the same thing as telling them how to do it right. And that was something I really came to when I was teaching towards the tail end of it, where I went, there's so much time we spend critiquing and saying, you need to improve this, you need to improve that, but there's not enough time where people are doing demos. For example, let's take a look at this for a second here. Let me see if I can get this to work. I don't know why I can't get this thing to work as much as I want it to. Let me see here. I'm going to go to, is it camera B or is it Razor? Let's try camera B. Is that it? Nope. Camera A? Nope. Razor Kaio 2? Nope. Let's try this one. It's got to be the last one. Why won't it let me zoom? Zoom and pan. It's not letting me do it. Okay, that's annoying. All right, so let me show you this, because I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way. Let me see here. Show camera switcher. I did that. Is this it? Nope. Okay, this should be working, man. Oh, of course not. Let's see if this works now. There we go. Attaboy. Look at him go, guys. Look at him go. A chip off the old block. So here we go. So if I've got this right here, and I've got it zoomed in, I'm going to show you the things that people don't talk to you about. For example, or the little things you learn from watching demos, which is how you pull a brush when you want to get it to a point. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but the main thing is you're not moving your fingers, you're moving your wrist, you're moving your arm, you're moving things out and away. So if you're right-handed, you're going to do it in this direction. But a big thing for my southpaws out there, a big thing for my left-handed people, if you're left-handed, you should be doing the exact opposite thing, out and away with your left hand. That's one of the really important things that I think people get tripped up on when they're doing their work. And there's so many of those things that you can learn that will make the process easier for you. So when it comes to hand control, one of the things I used to talk to people about, and one of the things I used to say, is that you got to practice, and I probably won't be able to do it on command. Plus, I'm a little bit sketchy right now, so I'll show you what I mean. So try not to think. So when you're doing these, when you're practicing your hand control, now wouldn't that be funny if I can't find a ruler? When you're practicing hand control, one of the big things that you've got to do, no ruler, and this is not going to work very well. That's an interesting thing. I thought I had a ruler kicking around here. Is it there? Nope. Nope. Huh. That is curious. Well, what you should be able to do is you should be able to make those kinds of marks, and you should be able to do 1 inch, 3 inch, and I think this is 5 inches right here if I'm not mistaken. And you should be able to do it really, really quickly and really, really gracefully like Zorro, and without having to think about it, and be able to measure it and see what you're able to do in terms of your hand control. Little things like that that you practice doing are going to improve your hand control. And yeah, talk to him. You know what I'm saying. What's up? What's up, Rocky? How are you doing, brother? If you are not subscribed to my friend Rocky Ballesteros' YouTube channel, please do. He's getting it done. They needed a ruler for my measurements for the mouse costume. That's right. That's right. Keep it sexy, Tammy. That's how you do it. I'm feeling better, man. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm getting there. You know how it is, right? We stream as soon as we can stream. We work. The grind don't stop. And I figured that one of the things that was cool about this, it was an opportunity. It was an opportunity. I said to myself, Teflon Ron, it's so great to see you, man. I thought to myself when I was working on this that what would make me feel, you know, put me more in the zone and make me feel really a lot better would be if I started attacking this piece and painting it in gouache, which I haven't done in a while. Because there is something, if you've worked with watercolors or you've worked with gouache before, there's something about it. I love working in both, and this will probably end up being both acrylic and gouache. Like a lot of the pages in Nosfero are either one or both. And so there's a lot of mixed media stuff that happens. But I'll probably start this I started this in gouache because there's something very mellow and something very relaxing about doing this type of work. And I don't know if you guys can tell from the process of how it flows, man, but that's big, man. That's big. Yeah, why would you subscribe to such a suspect character as Rocky Ballesteros? I don't know. Everybody's saying hello to my brother from the Philippines. More like my brother from the South, but he knows what I mean. Yeah, totally sus, as my kids would say. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you ever want to keep your kids, you know, make your kids cringe, just use whatever slang of the day is popular. It just sounds terrible coming from an older person, guys, and that's no cap. There's no cap in any of that. I don't mind telling you. If this is my last stream, it's going to be a fun one, you know, if I finally just keel over, you know, but it's you know, it's meant to happen. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. Oh man, there's so many things I want to check out though. There's so many things I haven't gotten out to see. I have still not seen the new Godzilla movie. I really want to see that. I have not seen the new Hayao Miyazaki movie. I want to take my missus out to see both of those. So yeah, there's no greater master kid cringe than Dad. Yes, it's true. We're masterful at making our kids cringe, man. But yeah. The pain. You dig, yo? It's those cranberry langers. Oh my gosh, guys, it's great to see you guys. But yeah, I'm a big, as you know, I kind of got my Instagram fan following, and of course funded the first 2 art books, which I'm actually packing up some of the first 2 art books. One of those orders is going out soon. The art book 1 and 2 books. But I got my start and built my fan base on kaiju and kaiju art, which is something I love. And that's why I'm a big fan of Shane Davis's Inglorious Rex. For those of you guys who have backed that book and got that book, great book. And it combines 2 things I love, which I love combat sports and I love boxing in particular. And I love, two things I really truly love: combat sports and Shane Davis. And kaiju. Of course, I love Shane Davis too. Let Your Tiger Out. That intro video and that song was born in this house, inspired by myself and the lovely Mrs. Enjetti. I used to send her that song all the time. So shout out to Shane and Yanzi. And yes, indeed, this was the birthplace of Let Your Tiger Out. Cat Pappy needed that song by Maximum Balloon, and we made it happen, folks. We made it happen. My man, Mark's Music Obsession. It is great to have you here, man. It is great to have you here. Look at everybody saying hello. Gotta love it, man. For shizzle. You know. We're down with the slang here. We're hip. We're with it. What are people talking about? Comicsgate is where all of the young, hip people between the ages of 40 and 50, 60, 70, 80 hang out. All right? Deal with it. My studio mate is like so funny, man. He's got me by, gosh, how many years has he got me by now? He's 60. What did he just turn? 62 or 60? We can't remember how old we are anymore. I don't know if you guys know this. It gets to be like splitting hairs at a certain point, like where you go, I don't care. I'm trying to remember what decade I'm in, but I think he just turned 62. But you know, it's always, that's how my friendship circle has always been, man. It's always been people introducing me to artists that I hadn't heard of, or who were either up and coming or people that were just a generation above me, and I love that stuff. It makes for better conversations, and it makes for a lot of fun when you're hanging out. But you guys, I think, can see what I'm doing here with this paint. It's just, you're slowly kind of pulling out all of the colors that you need to get. I'm going to just bring in a little bit more color there. And then let me see if I can, how good the focus is on this. Using manual focus. Alright, I think... Oh, did I not hit use maximum resolution? What the heck? Oh, that was a little weird. I didn't realize I was not using maximum resolution on that. That's craziness. So yeah, but you guys see what I'm talking about. Let me see here. Oh my gosh, I'm missing so much of this chat. What is happening? Yep, turned 55 this month. Hey, man, as you know, happy birthday. I think we covered you on another stream, but I'm going to say happy birthday again, man, channel member, Rockstar. What frequency do you go to... what frequency do I go to my studio? Gosh, my studio's been in my house since I started all of this YouTube broadcasting stuff because we don't have Wi-Fi there. So yeah, I do everything here now, man. So I haven't been able to go over there. I got to get over there soon, though, and hang with my brother. When I was a young nerd, I couldn't wait for the day I became an old dad nerd. Now it's our time to shine. It is great, man. And you know that on the holidays, man. You know that when you're giving presents. You know what I mean? Mark's Music Obsession 55. You don't look a day past 35 in your profile pic. I actually would agree with that, man. Let's see, Rocky Ballesteros, you're in your prime, like Doc Holliday was. I'm as right as the mail. That's been me this whole week. Nothing, darling. Not a thing. Oh man. Oh my gosh. It's too funny. I actually think when we were doing the show the other night, we started talking about the Optimus Prime, man. Optimus Prime came up on our show the other night. Like, why can't Optimus Prime be designed in the movies, in the first movie, to look like actual Optimus Prime? I have met more people who Optimus Prime is one of their favorite characters of all time, and since I've been on YouTube, than I have anywhere else. My buddy and YouTube brother Michael from the Choice Voice guys, check out his awesome channel. Michael is a massive Optimus Prime and Transformers fan, and he had kind of a similar feeling I had about Transformers the movie, which was to say that it felt like a snuff film after a while. I mean, my God, you're just watching them take out all these characters you love, and you're like, make it stop. I'll be celebrating my 50th +2 in April. Let me tell you something, man. Keep it real. Keep it mouse costume, Tammy D. Never forget. Never forget. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things with me anyway, where I remember seeing that film and go, well, you've got something really successful. What should you do? And it's like, let's change it completely. And that, they were ahead of their time in that, because Hollywood hasn't missed a step with that in the last couple of years. Wildness. My goodness gracious. There we go. Yeah, and I've been looking at crazy, like, chimps attacking artwork, which is not good for the soul. What is up, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969? It is great to see you, my friend. I hope you were doing well. I cannot wait to be getting these Nosferatu comics at you, because I want to be talking Optimus subprime mortgages. I'll pass. Indeed. You gotta pass sometimes, man. That's how it is. Yeah, see? Tammy D's like, my friends keep telling me I still got it going on. We know you do, Tammy D. We know you do. That wasn't even a question. That is how it works. But yeah, I mean, I keep looking at all of the stuff I'm doing with the Nosferatu comic. And then while I've been sick, one of the things I've been doing is kind of going in and working on the writing for the second book and doing some sketches and how that stuff is going to go. And I want to introduce one of my favorite characters from that particular region, also has a history in cinema around the same time as Nosferatu, which is Dragolum. And I'm not going to, much like with Nosferatu, it's not like I'm going to be doing a straight, interpretation of it. I'm going to try to do it in a way that is where it's something you've never seen before. In fact, guys, I'm going to probably be doing some sculpting around it. I don't know if I've told you guys that yet. Have I talked to you guys about that I'm going to have to sculpt a maquette for this? Who isn't tired of being jealous of Admiral? And Admiral's when he showed the book, I'm like, don't show it, I just got sick. No, I'm glad. Hey, listen, I'm glad people are seeing the book is actually coming out. So thank you to everybody who's got theirs and has been sharing it. But it's just, oh gosh, it's so frustrating. Like, I know that, you guys have all got jobs where you've had this experience. I know that Tammy was used to be a nurse and knows all of that stuff, all of that work. And it's just like when you're sick and you're trying to get things done, it is such a frustrating thing. And I've just been, but I always tell myself, I go, the hardest part, which is painting all of those pages and printing it and getting the print, quality of the book right and all of those proofs, that part's over. I just got to be ambulatory enough to be able to get the addresses taken together. And Mrs. Enjetti has got my back, thank God. So I'm very lucky, very, very fortunate. So let me see here. There we go. But yeah, oh man, it's great to see it in people's hands. It's the same thing with the t-shirts, man. When I see people wearing the t-shirts, it's a great feeling, But I figured I'd send them out minus the vid. Send them when I'm not contagious. But oh man, it's so frustrating. So frustrating. But it's I always say it's God's way of telling you to take a knee and stay down for a bit. And there's a part of this stuff too, which is making sure you're pacing yourself. And, it is a marathon, guys. Comicsgate and the independent scene is a marathon. And I always say that, like some of the things I've done in the last, tail end of this year, in the last month, that you guys are always seeing. I did a new intro for Comicsgate Kings for Ethan. I did the intro for... I did an intro for Dan Lawless. I did an intro for Eric Weathers. I just did an intro, two versions of an intro for Rob Hunter. So that's going to be new. And anywhere I can, I try to grab an oar and make sure things are happening. And it's not just about making books. It's about streaming. It's about connecting with you guys. It's about taking care of my folks on YouTube. You just got to make this stuff happen. And sometimes it feels insurmountable when you think about that. I'm not only the guy that's pushing the paintbrush, but I'm the guy who's making the trips to the post office and wrapping up these packages and trying to make sure the corners are square and there's enough padding cardboard in there for all the books. But we don't have any other option because we're building it. We're building it from the ground up. Do you know what I mean? And that's that's what we do here. Shanth, you should get a refund from your doc because it didn't keep you from getting it. Yeah, I know. My doc is awesome, though. I love my doctor. He's such a great dude, man. Oh, thank you for the stream. It made my week. Oh, that's great, man. Well, God bless you, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. I appreciate it. Yeah, team one oar, never grab another man's oar. Yes, indeed. You have skill to do a 102.3, the meat shirt. Oh, I'd love to. I would want the first one made. You have to talk to Jericho about that. Oh, that's another thing I did. So, Jericho has a sponsor for his channel. And he was asking me if I could do a commercial. So I actually brought him into the Ecamm studio where I'm getting this resolution out of. And it was one of those things to where we did a bunch of different takes. I was like, BU. I was like, can you hit that word a little bit harder, all that kind of stuff. And we cut together a commercial. And the way I see it is, it's all about trying to pay stuff forward and trying to help people. And I think Ethan was talking on Twitter a little bit about reciprocity and all of that kind of stuff. And I would agree on a lot of levels on that, which is we try to help each other and we try to be around people who are helping to lift you up. And it's when you guys give me money for super chats, it goes into brushes. I put it right back into the work. That's part of what we do here. And when you guys back a book, I try to make sure that I'm giving you the best paper quality and the best art quality. And book 2 is going to be really, really cool. And I'm glad I get to, now that I'm done working on the first Nosfero book, in terms of the creative end, I'm glad I get to go back into that mode of creativity and creating stuff again. That's the fun part. That's what makes it great, man. And that's the fun part of it. Yeah, I try to avoid the disturbing vids. Yeah, they are too many. Gothic said she will stream tomorrow, FYI. Oh, very cool. I don't know what that exactly means. Oh, I know what you mean, Shanth. Right on, brother. Well, Shanth, the one looking up monkey attack video. That's right. Don't get the cute fast vids. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. Yeah, I mean, for me, I love very Is this always the case? I mean, maybe it is. I like really chill YouTube streams. I really do. And because I watch Grim Life Collective, love their stuff. I like Townsend's. But I also like books on, there's this, I think it's called Four Keys or something like that, book studio, where this guy does by hand book binding, and in the old sort of fashion. And he did, for the holidays, he did a rebinding in leather with gold leaf lettering of A Christmas Carol. And it was awesome. It was epic, and I love that. And so I love seeing stuff like that. I'm going to give you guys a cheerleader for a second so I can blow my nose. That's where I'm at. Here you go. Charge! There we go. See? Worked out. Almost looks like I didn't just blow my nose. Go Brown, says Tammy D. There you go. Let's see here. I want a first copy of the second printing since I missed the first printing. Mark, when you back the second printing of this book, I'm going to take care of you. Don't even... Yeah, honk indeed. Yeah, I hope you're talking sports. Yeah, says John. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, let me say this. I will absolutely take care of you, man. I will take care of you when we launch that Second Chance campaign. Don't you worry, Mark's Music Obsession. All of you guys from the chat, man, when I see you guys come up in we're fulfilling these orders, it's a really great feeling because you guys have been here for the making of the book. That's what's so great about when you guys are backing the books that I'm working on too. Because everything is going to go into Nosfero 2 and hopefully, as always, keeping the lights on for the family and art supplies, for God's sake. That's a huge part of it. The missus and I are working really, really hard, and this has got to work for us, or we can't do it. And the thing that is so cool about Nosfero 2 is I've got this great story, and I've got this great sort of uplifting sword and sorcery, but really fantasy universal monster adventure story. It's a great pulp. It's a great serial. I love doing that kind of stuff, man. I love doing that kind of stuff. Cranberry Langer celebrating 13 months of membership. Here's another chance, Shanth. There you go. And this is for you guys. I love it. I love it. Charge! So good. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Wait, people have been here the whole time? Who'd do something like that? John, I've got a few people. I think it might be. Honk indeed. Yeah. That's definitely where it is. But yeah, I mean, it's cool because I've done sort of my Cthulhu, or Thulu, as it's properly pronounced, and my brother Jeremy, my brother from another mother, Jeremy Ice and Fire, would know. But the thing about it is that I've done my Nosferatu sort of influence book, which they're always going to be influenced by that movie. But my next book is going to be my Dracula book, and that's going to be really cool to do. I cannot wait to do my Dracula book. What's up, Simply Green? How are you doing? Said on Shane's stream, you're creating IPs. Comics are your thing, but Cryptwalker, that's a side scroller waiting to happen. Thank you so much, Simply Green. God bless you. And yeah, I mean, guys, we gotta get as much as we can get out of every bit of labor we do. We've got to turn it into resources. We got to build equity in these things and make really good stories, because stories connect with people. The person I've been thinking the most about lately, and I think about him all the time, is Charles Dickens and A Christmas Carol. It's an 11,000 word story that changed the meaning of Christmas and probably changed the way people experience and think about, good and charity and caring for your fellow man, and it's an incredible invention of the imagination. And I think that it's a crazy thing, because all the rest of that stuff seems to come when you create something that just connects with the people's the people's psychology and psyche in a way that uplifts them. And Nosfero, I love that story too, Tammy D. I absolutely love it. It's a story that it's a story of what we can be, what we can choose to be, and it's a story about it's never too late to change and let warmth and charity and fellowship into your heart, and what it's like to be in that eternal winter of isolation, that eternal winter of not being able to connect with people emotionally. And Nosferatu, in many ways, as a character, is very Dickensian. You'll know this when you guys get the books, and if you've already got the book, then you know this, but it's a very Dickensian story in many ways. It's about a little boy who is lost and in a situation that's almost completely empty of hope, but who continues to strive and continues to persevere and he affects not only all of those around him, but he has an effect on himself, and he's able to sort of bring the springtime into his life. And if that isn't something people need to hear right now, I don't know what is, Yes, Hobbitland, it's mid-morning. That's right, in Hobbitland, it's always mid-morning. You gotta believe, man. You gotta believe. But that's the stuff that gets me. Yeah, Precious, that's right. You guys are killing me today, man. But that's the stuff that gets me. And so when the second story, the story is really about what my take is on Dracula and what is the kind of the poison of a character like Dracula, which is a character that is all about living off of others. It's, we talk about the idea of Dracula in many ways, and the way that in the Bram Stoker's incredible book, that he is he's feeding off of others, and that what keeps him at bay, he's the antithesis of the cross. He's that's what keeps him away. He's the antithesis of Christ in that sense. And in that story, you think about two characters. Christ gives his life, sacrifices his life for all of mankind, and Dracula sacrifices all of mankind for himself. And it is the definition of evil. It's such a brilliant thing, when I was sitting there thinking about that, and I remember I thought, that's what he's doing. He's sacrificing all of mankind. He's sacrificing us for his ego, for his self, for who he is, and that stuff is crazy. There's rich ground there. Ziggs, formerly Hostman, Marley was dead to begin with, dead as a doornail, although why a doornail is considered the deadest piece of iron mongery in the trade, I have no idea. Dickens rambles on worse than Shane Davis. Yes, but you know what's so funny is, I was just having that conversation with my kids because I was reading that bit because it's my favorite bit. Think about the setup. That he's dead as a doornail, dead as a doornail. It's like 5 or 6 jabs to the body before a straight right hand up top. It's so great because they hammer that home. And here's how cool it is. With all due respect to All Caps Comics and All Caps action figures, which are wonderful. I gotta open mine up. They are beautiful to look at. My favorite toy company is Four Horsemen Designs, and I bet Ethan knows those guys. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't know those guys. And they made a freaking Jacob Marley action figure. They're making literature action figures. They made one for The Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. And look, the feet go transparent as it goes down. How freaking cool is that? I love having literature and little symbolic things of all of that stuff around me because it keeps me creative. And it is so great. Oh man, it is. You're absolutely right, Rocky. It is such a great figure. Cain Soul Reaver was an amazing story along those lines. Start as Cain, get to the end. Instead of restoring the magic pillars, break them, become Vampire Lord. Yeah, and there's some really great ritualistic storytelling in video games. That's the strength of video games to me. Is that video games really are very much I forget if it was Carl Jung who said this or if it was Adolf Bastian. I can't remember who the thinker was who said this, but they're very much a participation mystique. They're very much a mystical participation where you're going through these trials, these obstacles, these puzzles that you have to solve. And it's not so much about the virtual character story. It's about your character in the real world. You're in this character, and the trials and tribulations that you're going through are changing you, the player. And that's the thing. You can play chess against somebody who's as good at chess as you, or who's going to destroy you at chess, or you can play chess with your kids, and the different players, as they approach that game, one can be a learning experience, a bonding experience, a skill gaining experience, or all of those things. That's what makes video games such a incredible bonding thing for a lot of young guys out there. That's why they love it, you know, and that's crazy. I can't remember. I think that their figures are around 30-something bucks. It's a great price. It's a great price for what you get. Just like Nosfero. Really good price. I'm not opening my CyberFrog. I've got Ethan's signature on the box. I'm the same way. I'm so bad about opening figures, man. Especially ones like that. I love those figures. Oh, that looks great. Reminds me of the Frankenstein, though. Yeah, it does a little bit. It does, yeah. But I think they got it really well, yeah. Ethan knows everybody. Not everybody loves Ethan, but there's no accounting for taste. Yeah, he does. He knows a lot of people. I think he knows some of the best obviously, when you look at his figures, he knows some of the best sculptors doing toy stuff. So, yeah. Shout out to Ethan, and shout out to the Four Horsemen, man, because I think Razorfist has said it well, that the Iron Age is really not a hashtag. It's really, you know, it's not like Comicsgate in that sense. It is, it's much more about what's going on at this time. It's used to describe a time period, and I think the Four Horsemen, who are an independent bunch of sculptors and artists who worked for the big companies, and then went off and decided, we're going to make great toys that you can completely take the arms and legs and heads off and customize them. They're so great, man. Yeah, they're worth more kept in the original package. Tammy D bringing the truth here. Yeah, the best game stories as opposed to competitive take account of how the player interacts with the story. Yep, there you go. Yeah, and that really is what it is, man. We won't do anything fun without you, John. Yeah, they're like I said, I think the figures are... I'd be really curious, actually. Let me just see. So give me a chance to rest my voice for a second here. The Jacob Marley figure obscura, I don't even know if it's sold out yet. But I think it is... Oh, the deluxe action figure is $60, but I don't know if it's sold out already. But it was $60 whenever it was out. And I think because it comes with all of this stuff, but it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, it's just great stuff. You know, it's just great stuff. But I mean, that's the same thing with me in comics, you know, and things with Nosfero. It's like Nosfero, I wanted to give you guys something that you were not going to see. You weren't going to see from a lot of independent publishers, which really is what I think Comicsgate's about at the end of the day. I mean, Comicsgate really allows us to do high-end stuff. Like, we're really trying to compete with quality. And quality takes on a lot of forms, and sometimes, you know, the thing about being in this space is sometimes, and it's fine, people are gonna look at your stuff and try to and compare you to every possible other, you know, thing that you could do, and they're not going to count, you know, the successes, or they're not going to count this. But I think that when people are looking at Comicsgate from the outside, if they were really honest with themselves and they looked at what we're doing, they would go, that's quality. If I was any other kind of independent creator, or if you were looking at any other independent creator and they came out, you know, with something like CyberFrog, you'd be like, that's amazing. Where did this person come from? You know, that would be your reaction. Yeah, laryngitis seems to be going around. Hot water with lemon, rest your voice. Yeah, I know, I'm going to absolutely... My ex-boyfriend got me playing frickin' Fortnite. There you go. And then you'll start doing the dances, and it's addictive. That's the way it goes. You know, and I just think that... I don't know, I look at... I was looking at Cordrath, and I was looking at the story, and that's probably why Comicsgate's on my mind, obviously, being in it myself, but it's... is it in it? Is it in you? Are you loving it? It's like McDonald's. I was looking at Cordraft, and I was looking at how the square-bound, beautiful quality of this book, the beautiful glossy cover, the cover by Bud Root. I've got... Where the heck is everything I have of this thing? I'm going to start an avalanche, guys. It's going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it. Hang on. But I don't care because it has to be done. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. It's an old person streaming, people. Enjoy. Enjoy it, enjoy it. Oh, there's my ruler. Ah, sweet. So those were two discoveries there. No, I already have this cover out. Hang on a second. Oh, come on. I promise this will almost be not worth it at all. So, okay, so this is how I roll with Andy Smith, guys. Here's my Andy Smith cover, Core Draft, The Reckoning. Here is my signed Core Draft, The Reckoning with the Bud Root cover. And then here is my reader copy of the Bud Root cover. So I've got Andy pretty well covered. I've had him on my show a few times. But now that I've found this ruler, let's see if I can find my board and see how off I was. All right. So I said 1, 3, and I don't know what I said. 5, did I say? Let's check my reflex measuring here. So let's get that right up there. We got about 1 inch there. Let's see how wrong this one is. We've got about, where's 0? 0's there. Oh, we're pretty close. Look at that, guys. There's 3 inches. 1, 2, and 3 on the button. Here's where I'm going to have problems. Let's go to this one. This is dead on 6, so I don't know if I was trying for 6 or 5. Let's say I was trying for 5 and be wrong on this one. But yeah, like that's the trick right there of getting better at your measuring. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at this. So that's us in Comicsgate. This is a beautiful cover, very small reproduction, and not highly expensive paper. It's manga paper, but a beautiful print job that Dark Horse is putting out of the Lovecraft books, and our stuff can hang with that. Do you understand? Our stuff is hanging with that. When you guys see, Nosferatu the Crypt Walker, you're getting, the level of quality that you are used to seeing on coming out of big publishers, but it's just one tiny house in Rhode Island. And it's one person. I'm fulfillment, I'm illustrating, I'm artist, I'm writer. Thank God, the great Eric Weathers. Always respect the great Eric Weathers. Go back this poster book with my artwork in it. So Eric wants to do more of these things. This is for that poster book. Battle Brick Road link is in the description. But that's what I'm doing. This is all Shanth Enjeti art. That's what we're doing here. And so that's what I want us to be, doing here in Comicsgate, making the best stuff we can make. Keep wanting to read H.P. Lovecraft. It's creepy. The audiobooks are great, though, to listen to at night, Tammy. There's a measurement joke in there somewhere. No, I'm going to need a bigger ruler for that joke. Let me see here. Looks awesome, per usual. I almost kept it together. I tried hard. You always find it when you're not looking for it. Maybe I need to quit looking for Mr. Right. That's always a good bit of advice there. Well, that's always true. Yeah. Artist in Jetty's tiny office. It is absolutely an avalanche waiting to happen. Exploration, creation, competition, puzzle, Eric, the 4 main elements of gaming might be a 5th social. Oh, 100%. Social is the core feature there. It's the core feature. It's you guys are making me laugh, man. I knew I wasn't gonna last that long. Yeah, oh my gosh. Never say is lettering is amateurish in my presence. Yeah, 1 by 3 by 5 is the dimension of Sean's office. Yeah. Seriously though, guys, this office is an avalanche waiting to happen. There's so many books about, so much of it is now fulfillment because I just don't want to bring that stuff into the main house until I move it to, location B to head out, so to speak. So yeah, that's definitely, it's crazy to work in the fulfillment space, but you got to do it. We got to get this stuff. We're one-man shows until yeah, I'm sure you guys can do the math. It is not feasible for this to be anything other than a one-man show, and barely that, because you've got to be able to subsist on your first book, and then make sure that you can sell second printings and fund your next project, or else this stuff goes away, or else we can't do it. So yeah. So let me show you guys a little bit of feathers here. So when I'm doing the bigger stuff, like getting the silhouettes on something like these feathers, that's what I'm after. I want to make sure that I'm picking up a eraser in here. Hang on a second. There we go. I want to make sure that I'm getting the silhouettes in there. There we go. And that's the fun part of this, which is anybody who's interested. I've talked to Eric Weathers about this, and because we talk painting sometimes. Is that the kind of acrylics I use, and this is very inexpensive paint that I'm using right now when I do my gouache stuff. it's such a joyful way to work, you know? What's up, awesome one? Merry after Christmas to you too, my friend. Yeah, you're allowed to set off fireworks here on Christmas and New Year's. People celebrate early, freaking my puppy out. Oh, man. Yeah, it's the same here in Rhode Island. Did you get any Christmas food over Christmas, or were you guys having chicken soup and crackers? We actually had some great stuff. We do a very southern Christmas, so we do, for Christmas dinner, we do ham and grits, but then we also do, for Christmas Eve, we do this really amazing soup that my wife makes called the leek Gruyere soup. And it's delicious, and then there's a puffed pastry on top of it that you eat with it, and it is delicious. As the great Jericho Green would say, it's delish. So yeah, it's fun stuff. Mighty Geek Studios, what's up? You are not truly indie unless you are doing everything yourself, like the creators of newspaper strips. Dude, totally true though. It's totally true. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, you have to really. This indie stuff is no joke. Like, and obviously, I mean, you guys know who've been in this space, but it's so much work that I always say to people is, if you want to be in Comicsgate, don't try to, just be adjacent. Don't try to, just be around the outskirts or whatever. But if you really want to get stuck into it and you really want to get to work, you've got to be prepared to work, and the audience is there. They're great. They're supportive, and they have been around long enough to understand how much work is involved in what we're doing, because it's not the same thing as taking Nosfero to a publisher and having them do everything. It is absolutely not. And we're in a space to where we're really trying to do all of this stuff on our own so that we can have the freedom of association, with people, and we don't have to have, all this other ridiculous crap in our way. And it should be, and I think it will be again, but it should be easier than this in terms of being able to create freely and not having arbitrary, rules keeping you out of the game. But it's going to be hard before it's over, and that's what a lot of us are doing. We're working our tails off. You guys know. What's up, Fritzy Schnitzel? How are you doing? I have to tell you this, Fritzy Schnitzel, okay? I don't know all the exact meaning behind your name, but you may not know this. I am a fourth Austrian, and I grew up eating schnitzel, and I've even participated in the making of schnitzel. And I love schnitzel, so whenever I see that word, it's a wonderful feeling. So shout out to you, Fritzy Schnitzel. It's great to see you, my friend. Yeah, and I did, and thank you so much, and many happy returns to you, my friend. Yeah, Adjacent Gate Comics. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, amen, Tammy, and John. Yeah, Shanth wasn't the connection between you beginning of your career and Andy. So yeah, there was. Yeah, Andy did the cover of my first professional job. I even did a video on it, and then I told Andy that, and then in Comicsgate, I did a private stream with Andy, helping him, getting his audio sorted, and then I got to do his intro for Comicsgate Kings, of course, and I want to do a better intro for him, but so he deserves even better intro. But that was in the early days. But yeah, man. Yeah, and I've had Andy on this show to promote his stuff, so we talked about that stuff. He actually dug out in his comp copy box and sent me a photo of it. He texted me a photo of the Threshers, the book I did the interiors for, that he did the cover of. Yeah, man, it's great stuff, man. It starts to feel like the universe is at work here. You guys know this. I mean, listen, I've read my Christmas Carol. I've read all of my stories, all of the great fantasy stories and things like that, and the fairy tale and the stories of good. Amen. Yeah, Shanth Enjeti, absolutely. Authentic German sauerkraut and mashed potatoes are good. Amen. But I will say this, because that's what I say. I will say this over and over again. I've heard people talk about the whole feeling like you're being helped by hidden hand stuff when you're moving in the right direction and you're around the right people, and honestly, I think there's an element of God in there and prayer in there and all of that other stuff too. I mean, it's a huge part of it. But when I look at books like Dickens' A Christmas Carol and things like that, I would be hard pressed to not look back on the last couple of years and feel anything other than immense gratitude. I've got, when the next Visions book comes out from John Malin, I've got a double-page spread in there and a single-page piece in there. I did the Omega Storm logo for John Malin, which was a blast. I've done a poster for Razor Fist this year. I'm doing the piece I've got for Michael Bancroft over here, the piece I'm doing for Eric Weathers. Nosfero is done and printed. And my friendship with Eric has led to this amazing collaboration there. And it seems like there's more and more stuff happening, and there's more and more future opportunities. And I'm just going to keep going, keep working, and keep grinding away. And yeah, every now and again we'll get sick, we'll get tired, we'll get disheartened. But 32 people in here, guys, 22 likes. Move that to 30. I would be amazed if we got to 30 on this stream. 30 likes would be killer. But this is the thing about it, is that we're going to work hard, and we're going to keep those chins up, and we're just going to keep going. I really do think it's about grabbing an oar. It's about backing a book where you can back a book. It's about supporting your friends where you can support your friends. And it's about everybody driving to do their very, very best work and keeping the complaining, to a minimum, which is something I really try to do with people. I know you guys have got a lot going on in your lives. I know everybody's working. I know everybody's busy. And I want to be something that when you come into the stream and you're watching me paint or you're watching me create the stuff that I create, I want you to feel a sense of positivity. I want you to feel uplifted, and I want you to feel inspired and excited to go out there and do whatever you're doing, or put a little bit more sunshine in your day. That's really what the people who inspire me do, and that's something I like to pass along. Because if you want to get out your paints, you want to get to work, and you want to start doing this stuff, I want you to do it. That's right. Chins up, eyes out. Indeed. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that so much, man. Yeah, and Mighty Geek Studios, a Christmas Carol version that I now get that anyone can be Scrooge. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen so many versions of, a Christmas Carol that I now get that anyone can be Scrooge. You're so right. And it's there's so much great stuff out there, guys. There's so much to be appreciative of, thankful for coming into the new year. And, I can't exist in that space of not just being kind of in awe and amazed at the great artists who've come before me, who have lifted me up, and it's easy to get kind of stuck into, the things that we don't like sometimes. But, when you guys get Nosfero, you're going to know that I put that, package together for you, that I wrote the thank you note on the inside on the cardboard. And I think that's what we're building here. We're building this connection. And I don't know, I know that I've got to just keep working, and I don't know exactly how this whole story goes, and how, how we solve that financial puzzle that all of us as creators are attempting to solve. But I do know that I do know the direction the good stuff is in, and it's the direction you guys are in. And it's the direction of Comicsgate, and it's the direction of art, and it's the direction of creative freedom and creative liberty, and putting yourself around good people. And that's what it comes down to for me, man. That's what we're all about here, That's what we're about. What's up, Comrade Sammy? Great to see you. How are you doing? Yes, the female version of Scrooge are more heartless than the male versions. I bet you only the women in the chat probably could truly explain the depths of the female Scrooge, right? Oh, man. Yeah, I've heard some doozies, some amazing stories, yeah. John, it makes sense. Are you in my brain? Yeah, go. Oh, I made apple crisp. Come on over, y'all. Oh, pie is good. That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because there's so many stories that have been told that need to be retold, stories yet to be told, and stories for our time that we haven't really unearthed or done anything with. And Nosfero 2, Nosfero 1, all of those stories. One thing when you get that book is I was free to create what I wanted to create, and free to be as optimistic and positive and paint as beautifully as I could muster the ability to paint. And it would not be possible without you guys. Everything is possible inside of this space, and it's everything is improbable and everything is possible. And it's better to be in a space where things are possible and improbable, and not impossible. It's just straight up impossible. Because to write a book, to create any creative work, is is difficult. It's rare. You know, it's kind of a miracle these things come together, they get done, they get shipped out. I mean, it is so much, and you guys know it better than anybody. But it's every creator can tell that story. But when I look at the CyberFrog action figure or CyberFrog PVC, or I look at some of the friendships people have made inside of this space, they're all miracles, man. And the same thing goes with the chat. You know, the same thing goes with the chat. This is where we do it. This is where we do it. And this is where we make this stuff great. This is where we make this stuff exciting for audiences. And I mean, gosh, guys, I'm looking forward so much to the day when I can show you the last page. Well, actually, I probably still can't show you the last page of Nosfero. But I was flipping through the book this morning, and I was looking at a series of pages, and I went, this is real. Like, every now and again, guys, I'm overwhelmed by the fact that it's real. This book is real, that it came together and it happened. Because when I took that leap of faith and left academia, I had no idea that I was going to be staring at this. None. I had no idea this was going to come together, and to sit here and look at it is I couldn't be prouder of what I'm going to be sending out to you guys. You know, I could not be prouder. It's great stuff. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I wanted to share with you one of my favorite Christmas gifts this year, and it was one of those things that I just, you know, was great. It was great to get. So I've been renting my violin so I can learn how to play it for some time now, and my wife sent me for Christmas this year. We only had a couple $100 to pay off on it, about $200 to pay off on it, and so she paid for the rest of my violin, so I own it. I mean, it's so cool. So I actually own my first violin now, which is so great. Comrade Sammy, rehydrate like a superpower. Yes, absolutely, drink lots of water if anybody's under the weather, you know. But it's you know, the violin brings me such joy. I don't know how much joy it brings to anyone who has to listen to me play the violin, but it's a really great it was a really great gift, and I was really thrilled to get the violin and own a violin now. Yep, violin is still warm. Get it? That's right. That's right. And you know what's funny is, and this is another crazy thing about it, is that she knows me, and this may speak volumes about me as a person, but that she knows me this well, and that also that this is just how I am. But they said to her, they go, well, you know, you've been renting for so long, you know, you can either buy your violin, you know, or you can come in and, you know, obviously you can pick out a brand new violin, but you've paid enough money to where you can get a violin. You know, we're closing out at the end of the year, and the choice is you can either keep your violin or get a new one. And she goes, well, let me talk to my husband, but I'm pretty sure he's going to want to keep the violin he's been learning on, because I really do form those emotional connections to objects, and it's the same thing with friendships and with art. And I remember where I was when I saw certain artwork or certain stories. They're more, and perhaps this is the same thing that some of you guys are saying about video games is true for comics and movies. And like, you can't, like, these YouTube streams will be up for as long as they're up, right? These conversations will live on, and we might not remember all of the conversations, and we certainly won't hold all the streams in our head. But this book, Nosfero the Cryptwalker, is the way to physically own this stuff. It's the way to physically own this stuff, you know? And that's what's craziness about this stuff, you know? And that's what it's all about. Oh my God. Whoa, this can't be real. Oh my God, was this an accident? Meow, 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 meow. Happy holidays. Good God. Random, is this like legit, or was this an accident? I'm very concerned, Random. I'm very concerned for you. My heart is just sank a little bit with worries for you, man. Holy cow. Hail, Jeremy Burt's channel member. It is great to see you. I gotta hear from Random. I'm absolutely at a loss right now. I'm at a major loss for everything. Sweet heavens. I don't know what to say. Random McRanderson, much love. Random deserves at least one cheerleader. You don't say. Okay, Random, this is for you. Holy cow, random. That was insane. If it was a mistake, please contact your credit card provider. You just dropped me, man. I do not even know what to say about that. Shout out to you, Random McRanderson. Oh, my lord. Oh, that was just wild. Random McRanderson deserves Shanth dressed as a cheerleader. You're absolutely right. Or Chuck E. Cheese. Holy cow. Oh, for heaven's sake. Random McRanderson. That is... I don't even know what to say, man. My voice is dying. I'm hanging on. You're killing me, man. You guys are trying to break me down today. God bless you, Random McRanderson. Thank you so much, man. Love you, brother. I really appreciate that. I'm going to let these people do the talking for me. Charge! Charge! Oh, Random, you legend, you. My gosh. Incredible. You guys are incredible. I don't know what to say, man. I've got paintbrushes to buy. Yes, absolutely right, John. I have work to do, as you know, and cough medicine as well. And my brother Timmy Mello is in the house too, guys. Oh man, it makes me smile to see you guys. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but I tell you what, man, you guys absolutely lift me up, and I am very, very appreciative of all of you guys. Where's Timmy Mello, man? Where is Timmy? I need Timmy up in here. Where the heck did Timmy go? I'm always looking for Timmy, man. You guys are crazy. It's Canadian, so it's only like $70. Dude, let me tell you something, man. That's crazy money either way, dude. There's my man, Timmy Mello. It's so great to see you, brother. Always puts a smile on my face. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. You guys can tell my voice is just fading out. Shanth is going to get a brush shaped like Random McRanderson. That's right. I'm going to write Random McRanderson on my next brush. That's right. Let me see here. Previously, there was an interaction at cons. Whatever it is, whatever we're doing here is something different. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. A bunch of mainstream moving to crowdfunding failed to understand the stream side. Yeah, and the connection, right? The connection is how it's at, man. Everybody loves Timmy, man. Timmy! 100%, man. 100%. You guys are the best. Yeah, you've inspired us all. USA to value our money, too. Will be even soon enough. Oh man, you guys are killing me today. You guys are absolutely destroying me. But I love it, man. I'm so glad you guys are here. You have no idea. You have no idea. It has been so frustrating. And I do agree with you, you know, the streaming aspect of it, and I think that's why we call it the Malin method. That's why John Malin is undefeated in terms of his wisdom. That's why he's got a character named after him in my book, and he is I believe, in the back of the book, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. In the onward section, with gratitude for Jack Malin, EVS, Michael Bancroft, the first name in there is John Malin, because the Malin, and he's got a character named after him too, is because the Malin method of YouTubing and connecting with the audience and building your audience and not pointing the finger but pulling the thumb, grabbing an oar, all of that stuff has been important, and it's been really great to get to know John, you know, as an artist, and as someone that I call a friend, even though he doesn't return it. You know, he's like, no, Shanth, we're not friends. Stop it. Period. You're someone that I feel like I kind of know and want to keep at a safe distance, but I know deep down that's Michigan for blood brothers, right? Isn't that how it works? But yeah, John's a great guy, and always, you know, is always taking really good care of me, and I hope I can help him do what he's got to get done, because, you know, whenever the bat phone rings and he needs something, I always try to make sure I can get it done for him. Tammy D, wait, it'll kill Shanth if he's recovering from being sick. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I gotta watch TI later. There you guys go. You guys are killing me, man. Yeah. John says I should draw your attention to my profile picture, which I drew. Very cool. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to get my better glasses now because I can't see anything. But no, that's very, very cool. Yeah, guys, I know all you guys are drawing, and we were talking about that before as well, which is I want to be doing a lot more talking about drawing and learning how to draw and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, John is the definition of a lone wolf, and man, can I relate to him. Yeah, absolutely, Timmy. He is. Yeah, when I did that Raised by the Wolf, it was really funny because my kids, when they were younger and they saw that, they were like, you know, John Malin's my favorite character. and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when I did the new Comicsgate Kings intro, I had the where it cuts to all of everybody's laughing. I had it cut to John 3 times not laughing until Rainey is making a sad face, and then he smiles because it just cracked me up so much. I sent that to John, and he thought it was hilarious. I was like, I gotta see what he thinks of this, because to me, I thought it was funny, but it's the way it is, man. It's the way it is. Cranberry Langers, I do trust you, man. Yeah, if you hug him and he pulls his cheek away and leans his face away from yours, squirms, it means he feels very close to you. That's absolutely right. Yeah, I have a feeling, yeah, it might involve that or me getting hit by a tire iron or a crowbar. Yeah, I give injections at work. You'd think I'd be able to see the markings on the syringe with my bifocals. Yeah, no. Yeah, did Malin go over the wall or breach it? He did both, man. Malin was the first man over the wall, you know, and yeah, in Roman times, that's what the badge he would have had. All right, guys, my voice is absolutely fading out. I'm about ready to lose my voice, and I want to make sure I can do more streams for you guys this week and tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for coming in here and just being so incredibly generous. Random McRanderson, thank you so much for the super chat. All of you channel members who have been here for so long, you guys are great. I have missed you like crazy. I really was trying to stream in the days before Christmas, and even on Christmas Day, I wanted to try to stream because I wanted to wish you guys the merriest of Christmases and a happy New Year and all of that stuff. And I'm going to be trying to make up for it in the next couple of days because you know, you guys have been so great, and I can't think of anything I'm more grateful for outside of my family than all of you guys who have supported me on this YouTube channel and supported Nosfero and taken the artwork I'm doing to you know, your hearts and hopefully taken some of the words of positivity and praise and enthusiasm for what we're doing here, guys, because it's all from the heart, and I think you guys are great, and I can't imagine not having you guys, you know, in my corner. You guys are terrific. Yes, thank you guys so much. Really, so much appreciation. I'll make sure I get some tea and get this voice under control. And you know, let me say, you know, that you know, when I play these credits and you guys see your names up there, I could not do this without all of my channel members. I could not do this without all of you guys supporting, you know, everything that we're doing here. And so, you know, as I always say, and I think as it's important to say, man, stay gold, keep the faith, speak easy. I want to mix it up today, and peace, because that is what Shanth means, man. And so you guys take care. I will see you guys very, very soon. And hopefully the credits have been updated. I have tried to update these. And yes, indeed, Stephen Rockwood drawing rest in peace, Shanth. Yeah, absolutely, guys. And shout out to all of you guys. Auf Wiedersehen to you as well, my friend. And vielen Dank to all of you guys. I appreciate it very, very much. So take care. I will see you guys soon. Go enjoy some of the other great streams that are going to be out there. And Merry Christmas indeed, and Happy New Year. And yes, to me, Mello, I will absolutely be on it. Take care, guys. I will see you soon. Scottsley, God bless you. It's great to see you, John. All right, gang. I better go. Take care, Random. It's great to see you. Thank you so much again for that generous super chat. God bless you. I will see you guys soon. Take care. All right.